Hi, my name is Alice. I'm one of the educators at the Virginia Living Museum, and today we are going to be creating nature art. So let's grab our sunglasses and head outside. Now, nature and art are both very personal. What you find beautiful and interesting and eclectic are going to be very different than anybody else. Something that you pick up is something that you love. Someone else might not like that, and it is okay. It also means that your nature art is going to be completely unique to you, and that's a great thing. Now we have two different options today on how to create our nature art. One way is going to be outside on my driveway, and it could be on a sidewalk, it could be in the grass even, and it's going to use fresh cut leaves, flowers, and twigs. The other way is going to be on paper, and it's going to be using dried flowers and leaves, so it may take a little bit longer, but this one you'll be able to preserve and perhaps hang up in your house. I can't wait to see which one you choose, and I also can't wait to create with you today. To create your nature art outside on the sidewalk, in your driveway, or in some grass, you are going to need a bowl or something to collect all of your leaves, flowers, and twigs. You also are going to need some scissors to cut these items. I have also included some chalk to add some extra decorations. So I'm in my backyard collecting flowers and leaves for the nature art. I think that I'm going to use some of this privet. I also really like the wisteria. I like the flowers, but I also like the leaves. I'm going to continue to walk around and see what else I can find to use. And remember, everything that you pick up, you don't have to use. Just make sure that you have permission to pick it. I'm not sure what this plant is, but I think that it's really interesting. I definitely want to use this spotted laurel. I really like the way that the leaves look, and I think that it's going to add some really cool colors to the nature art. I've walked around my backyard and kind of picked what I'm able to, and now I'm going to continue to the front yard. I also really like these roses and definitely want to incorporate them in the nature art. Now it is time to arrange your nature art. You are able to put all of your items out however you would like. I'm going to arrange mine in more of a pattern and see what it looks like. This is what my final product looked like outside. If you would like to use dried flowers, one of the options is to press them using a book. You will need a bowl or something to collect your leaves, flowers, and sticks in, scissors, a heavy book, white paper, something to place your dried flowers on, glue to glue them down, and then I've included some paint and a paintbrush in order to decorate it further. To dry flowers using a book, you are going to fold the piece of paper in half. Then, on half the paper, you are going to lay down the petals and leaves that you would like to dry. You are going to fold that paper and then insert it into the heavy book. You are going to need to leave that paper in the book for several days until everything is dry. Another way to dry flowers is using the microwave. The supplies you are going to need for this are a bowl or something to collect your flowers, leaves, and sticks. You are also going to need scissors to cut them. For the drying process, you are going to need a piece of paper. You are also going to need a paper towel, as well as something heavy that's microwave safe, such as a casserole dish. Then for the decorating process, you are going to need a piece of cardboard, some glue, and I've included some paints and a paintbrush to help me decorate. Another way that you can dry flowers is actually in the microwave. This is my kitchen, and so we have my microwave. We also have some paper like we did earlier, and I also decided to use a paper towel because it helps absorb some of the moisture. And then you're going to need something heavy that is microwave safe to set on top of everything. So we have our piece of paper, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna fold it in half. And this is just a piece of packing paper that I've recycled, but you could use anything as long as it doesn't have ink. I'm also going to get a paper napkin, and I go ahead and fold it in half and place it inside so it kind of looks like a book. And then from there, I'm going to choose one of our flowers. I'll choose the wisteria, and I'm going to place it down. And remember, however you have things laying over each other, it's how they're going to dry. So if the petals are overlaying, it's going to dry that way. So just something to keep in mind. And then I'm going to fold this over and press it down a little bit. From here, I'm going to put it in the microwave, and then we're going to microwave it with that casserole dish on top for anywhere from like a minute to 2 minutes. It kind of just depends on the size of the flower, but also your microwave. So we're at the microwave, and I'm putting the flour under the paper in, and then I'm going to put the casserole dish right on top of that. And so this needs to be microwave safe. It also needs to be heavy because it helps press down the flour. So we're going to microwave this. We're going to start with a minute and just kind of see. What you're looking for is you want let me show you. You want it to be stiff and dry, but you definitely don't want to like overcook it because then it's going to be brown. So it is a balancing act, and you do kind of have to be patient with it. And so after a minute, we'll check it. And so when I touch it, it's still a little bit wet. We're just gonna put it back in and microwave for another 30 seconds to get it really nice and dry. So that way it holds the color as it hangs on your wall. So this is after a minute and 30 seconds in the microwave. And when you open it, you can kind of immediately see the wisteria has a little bit of browning, but that's okay. And we're just going to pick it up. And it's nice and stiff. And it will remain this color in our art project as long as it's properly shielded from sunlight. After you have your dried flowers, either from pressing them in a book for a few days or using the microwave method, you can now arrange them on the cardboard and glue them down. I have also decided to paint some parts of it to add different colors and textures to the project. Thanks so much for creating nature art with me today. I hope that you take time to share your creations with us.